All right, y'all. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe, like I always tell y'all to do in the beginning of the end of my videos. Check it out. Before we start, write me at King Tyson 713 at yahoo.com. If you want my advice about something, you want my opinion about something, write me King Tyson 713 at yahoo.com. Also, if you like this content, please go to the video tab section of this YouTube channel. Scroll down, see if you see a video that interests you, click it, watch it, give me some feedback in the comments. I really appreciate that. So look, let's get on with the video. This is a deep story that just kind of been going viral a few days ago. And I wanted to speak about it, but I had to let me say this, y'all. Whenever you see a viral, like something goes viral, story goes viral, I try to wait a few days first, because the way how fast things happen, something can be put out and it could be totally false, and everybody just one person run with a story, and then everybody runs with the story, and then before you know it, it gets legs, and then it's extremely 10 times over viral, and then the next day or 2 days after that, the reality of it that it was fake, it wasn't the truth, and then now you got to come back on your YouTube channel and you got to explain that, hey, look, you know, this was a skit, or this was false, and so and that's what I try to do when I hear a story. I like to see what's gonna happen before I always speak my opinion, because on this YouTube channel, y'all know, if you've been following me, on this YouTube channel, it's mainly about relationships. That's what I talk about mostly. If I bring a celebrity situation to my YouTube channel, it's only to bring up, and not to criticize the celebrity like that, but it's really to put in perspective of regular day people, that it can happen to regular day, to us regular folks. It's just because when it comes to relationship, this is all, whether you are a celebrity, whether you're wealthy, whether you're poor, whether you're middle class, this is something that we all have in common, is things about relationships. We all have had relationships. We all are in current relationships. So this is just another story. And we got to talk about all aspects of relationships. That's what I do on my channel, whether it's marriages, whether it's divorce, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's cheating, whether it's long distance relationship, whatever, every aspect of a relationship, I try to cover, right, when it comes to relationships. And so this story, it's a young lady, beautiful lady. Her name is Isis. And I noticed a lot of men are not covering this story. And I know why, because it's in the favor, it doesn't favor, men with money, or a high value man. And so a lot of the men are not talking about the story. And a lot of women are talking about it on other platforms. And it's been on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's been everywhere. And if you don't know the story, check her out. She goes by the name Isis, ISIS. You can look at her story on her YouTube channel. And so this young lady, she was married to a high value man, black man. He was 20 years older than her. She had 2 kids coming into a relationship. I believe she said she had 2 kids when she was a teenager. And so she already had two kids coming into her marriage, because she ended up marrying this guy who's 20 years older than her. They have 3 kids together. She has a 2-year-old with him, 4-year-old, and then she just had a newborn baby, and the baby is 5 months old. And the most shocking thing on this story, not the most shocking thing, but it's more than just shocking. It's a sickness. It's bad. No one seen this. No one could imagine. Like, you just don't imagine stuff like this, But it does happen. more often than people think, right? And she, before we get to that part, right? Her YouTube channel, it looks like I kind of went back on her YouTube channel looking at her old videos, besides this current one that she just released the other day that went viral. She has a lot of subscribers on a YouTube channel. So she's doing her thing on a YouTube channel. And her channel may be about a year or so old. What I date back, unless she deleted some videos, but let's just go back from when her first video came out. It's about a year or so old, right? And so she talks about, she empowers women and try to teach women how to land a high value man. You know, you go for this, ladies. Why waste your time with a regular guy when you need to give it a high value man that's gonna pay everything and make it easier on your life and everything everything like that, right? This is what she preaches. She has courses that she sells, online courses. I don't remember she had a book out or anything, but I know she had a course that she teaches women how to go after a high value man that's gonna pay every single thing and take care of you. This is her whole thing. For up into a year, that's her whole thing, right? And so she had 2 kids previously. Coming into the relationship with coming to her marriage, she had a good job at the time when she had her 2 kids. She had a good job. She said she was making $90,000 a year. Now, $90,000 a year is damn good money, you know. And so she said that she was okay. She was okay financially, but what she was lacking was love from the right man. And she's saying that she was picking out all the street dudes, you know what I'm saying? You know, dudes that was not best for her. And she wanted a better result in the man. And when I'm listening to her story, it seems like she's desperate. She was desperate for a man at the time, because she said that she was like, well, during the holidays, if she didn't have the right guy for her, you know, she wanted a man to come in that's going to help take care of her kids and be there. Now, she said she was in a previous relationship before her marriage. She said that the guy she was dating, he did not like her kids, her two sons. But at the time, she said that he just didn't really have a connection with them, far as, like, she said that he was just dealing with the kids because of her. And she wanted someone to be more pour into her kids. And that's something I want to bring up to my ladies, is that, and I know single mothers, you know, y'all get bad breaks and stuff. But I want to say this, y'all. Single ladies, I'm going to take this time to say, you single ladies, single mothers, stop looking for a stepfather for your kids. If their father is not in the picture or whatever, stop looking for a stepfather for your kids. You need to, if you're going to date, you need to concentrate on your relationship, right? Introduce your kids. If the relationship's starting to get serious within close to a year's time, you know, you got to see how these things go, you know. And let me say this: if this are not your biological, if this is not this man's biological kids, he's not gonna love your kids like you love your kids, you know. And that's something, the ladies, I want y'all to get into your heads, because I know women who, when I talk to them, they say, I'm gonna find a man that's gonna love me and my kids. Ladies. I want y'all to say, let me say this. There's no value for a man to come in as a stepfather role. And I'll say this: if a man comes into your life and take on that responsibility of being a stepfather, that man really do love you. And I don't think it makes a guy a bad guy if he is, now if he's mistreating your kids, that's something totally different. You get rid of the guy. But sometimes, ladies, you got to let things happen organically. Let things happen Don't just try to force, here you go. These ain't your kids, but here you go. You gonna be their stepdad. Like, you'll run somebody off. You gotta stop leading with that. Because if a man truly loves you, he's gonna love you, and he will deal what comes with you. And that's something I want the ladies to understand. Don't get that out your vocabulary. Get that out of your thinking. Like, don't start talking about, I'm going to find a man that's going to love me and my kids. If the man is right for you, it will happen organically. Stop that. And I don't know, she didn't ever go too much deep into that situation because you don't know. Maybe she didn't give the brother enough time to warm up to the situation. It's a lot taking on trying to be a stepfather role for kids that's not yours, because you get backlash from the kids. You're not my daddy. You can't discipline them because they're not your kids. If you do discipline them, it's gonna cause a rift between you and the kid's mother. So it's a stepdad. If the daddy is not in the life, when you paying bills and you providing for kids, it's not your own. So it's a lot that comes in there. And I really want ladies to understand that it is difficult for a man to come in a situation as a stepfather. That's why I say, if you got kids and a man is with you and he deal with your kids, he really do love you, straight up. You know what I mean? Because nowadays, brothers are not signing up for that. And then back in the days, a man to come in, you date your mama, this is back in the days, want to adopt you as their own kids. Men are not doing that no more. They not adopting kids as they own no more. The kids of their girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, or wife or whatever. They not doing that, like, because look at it. When y'all divorce, if they just say you married and you divorce, when you divorce or there's a breakup, if y'all not married, there's a breakup. Guess what happened? That relationship of the kids and that stepfather is or the man, you know what I mean? That's that was helping the mother raise the kids. That relationship is over with the kids. She moves on, the kids move on with their mama. Wherever their mama go, that's where the kids go. So this is why I say, like, there's no value for a man doing that. And I want ladies to understand, because I think ladies, y'all think that, well, it's a privilege, it's a value for a man to be around my kids, to be helping raise my kids. It's no value there, ladies. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no value there. It's a lot to go, and then God forbid you have teenagers. My God, like, the shit that you got to go through as a stepfather stepping into that role. It's a lot to go with, I'm telling you. So anyway, she left that guy alone, right? And she seemed to be pretty lonely, and she was, in my personal opinion, and I think this is what caused this issue that happened much later, that the story that went viral. She got on a dating site. She got onto a dating site, and she met a guy on a dating site, and she was saying she had to move. She had to move. I think she was saying her lease was up somewhere. She had to move, and she pretty much told this guy she want to move. She needed a place to stay. But the way she had it, she was saying she needed a place to stay, and she kind of like was, to me, in my personal opinion, she was just moving in with the guy. Like, she was like insisting, but not insisting that she wanted to live with him. But anyway, she ended up moving in with him. You know what I'm saying? Her and her two boys or whatnot. It was quick, but then, and they got married, y'all. I want to say I think they got married in like a couple of weeks to a month. And they was talking about marriage and stuff like that. And I think she even said that she bought the ring. She bought his own ring. And first. And even he was like, "You did what?" He said, "Yeah, I'm pretty spontaneous like this." This is things of desperation that she did. These are signs of desperation. Ladies, please do not be desperate for a man. I know, ladies, you You know, you want the matching pajama set at Christmas. You want to have, this is to say, that's my man, that's my man, that's my man. You want to be the one taking pictures with your man and the kids and all that stuff. You want that. But ladies, I don't want you to be desperate, because when you are desperate, a man feel like he can get away with anything when you become desperate. And a man knows that when you become desperate, when you act desperate, he could do whatever and you're going to still stay. That's why I say, ladies, do never, and no matter how much you love this man, do not act desperate. Desperate is not a turn on. Desperate will get you straight used when you act desperate. So don't never act desperate. You know what I'm saying? Never. You know, not even just this situation that happened, but use that as a precautionary tale. Do not act desperate, ladies. And if you're not a woman who acts desperate for a relationship, then this ain't for you. This is for women who, I know, ladies, y'all feel like y'all want to have this man. You feel like this is your season. You get a certain age, you want to be married. Listen, everything that's for you is going to happen organically. It will happen for you. I promise you that. It will happen organically. You meet the person that's supposed to be for you the times you don't think about it when it happens. Whether you at work, whether you going to the grocery store, the gas station, Home Depot, whatever. You meet people a lot of the times that's going to be for you. Times when you ain't even looking for love. You ever notice that the times when you in a relationship, you wasn't even looking for a relationship? You know, it just end up happening. Somebody say, hey, I know such and such that'd be good for you, and they introduce you. You wasn't even looking for a relationship. A lot of times, in my personal opinion, those are the relationships that work when you least expect it. But as a woman, as you trying to be desperate, or you just keep saying that you need a man, you want a man, you yearning for a man, and this is how you get caught into falling for any man, and you're gonna go through the most with this guy because you so want to have a man so bad that you ignore all the red signs. You ignore every single red sign. Hell, you ignore the yellow signs, and then the red signs come and you ignore those and you still keep going. So anyway, they get married within, I want to say 2 weeks to a month. They got married so fast. After she paid for his ring, I guess he went back and then he went and bought her a ring, and they get married. He's 20 years older than her, right? So they had 2 kids, a 4-year-old, 2 daughters, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and she had just had a baby. Well, her whole channel, like I said, her whole channel is talking. And since she got this man, she got married. Everything is bliss. And let me say this, y'all. I know what it's like when you're married and you feel like, man, everything is perfect right now. And let me say this, y'all. I remember saying that my first marriage, my son's mother, Trent, my only child, my son's mother, Trent, right? I remember a time where I was like, damn, man, this is perfect. You know what I'm saying? I got, and I remember, and I got my divorce almost 10 years ago. And when I got a divorce, it crushed my whole world, because I remember using the word, I remember using the word when I was married at that time of, man, this is perfect. And it destroyed me, y'all, going through that divorce. I had to really go through some things, some self evaluations, how I got past it, and that's gonna be another video. Divorce is not the end of the world if you go through divorce. If someone don't want to be with you, let them go. Let them go. Sometimes people have to leave your life, y'all. Sometimes if it could come back, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But sometimes, y'all, people need to leave your life, leave out of your life so you can have a life. Sometimes people prevent you from growing. You ever wonder why you in a situation where you can't grow? You feel like, man, everything is happening to me. Everything is things can't go right for me. It's because you with someone who doesn't have a good energy for you. People can bring you down. You have the wrong person in your life. You ever been in a situation where you get with somebody else, you're like, damn, everything is looking up for you. Looking up for me, because you in a better situation, you in a more positive energy. situation. Like you in a better relationship. Some people are not meant to be together, and we might fight trying to fight for this relationship, and you fighting with somebody who don't want to fight, and you trying to figure out what's going on. Sometimes you gotta just let things go, and look at what's better for you, what's best for you, right? But anyway, she gets married, and I guess she started feeling like, well, this is the right. Like she didn't ever use the words perfect that I know of, right? I just brought that up for my own relationship experience, marriage, experience. And this is what I do on my channel, y'all. My channel, I talk about things in relationships and they goes for men and for women, and so I bring my own personal things to this YouTube channel. So, because I'm going off my own experiences and things that I've been through where I can give you some advice on, or let you look at things a certain type of way. I'm sorry, not a certain type of way, another way, right? So look, anyway, so I don't know if she used the word perfect and or whatever, but she felt confident enough to start making YouTube channels, create a YouTube channel talking about her marriage, how she landed a high value man, and and so forth, right? So she came out the other day and she's telling the story because no one knows she just comes on because she made a lot of content, but she had took some time back too because she had just had a baby. She took some time back. She took some time off. I'm sorry. She took some time off to enjoy, her family. And so when she came back and made a video, people was like, okay, Isis is back. She's back, and she had a look on her face of sadness, heartbreak, betrayal, devastate. She was devastated, and she told a story that her husband was molesting her two daughters, 2-year-old and 4-year-old, and no one expected that. People thought that she was gonna get in there. She was gonna say that he was cheating on her, But when she said that, no one expected that. It took me by surprise. Excuse me. I didn't follow her before this story, but when it started going viral, then I clicked on that particular video that she made, and then I started going back looking at her previous videos, and it's messed up. And she said she had went to the police, so I'm sure there's investigation going on. I'm sure there's court stuff going on. She left her husband. Y'all can go look at the full story because it's her story to tell. I'm just kind of giving just a gist of it. And it went viral because not only just the sickness of what her husband did, right? And I know people are saying, well, you don't know, and it's cruel people that jump on the comments and they ridiculing her because they would say, see, you wanted a high value man and be careful what you ask for. And even people on YouTube platforms, I've been seeing them and talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it, putting their own opinion about it. And let me say this. She said she noticed that she was changing her 4-year-old daughter, and she noticed her daughter had some irritation down there. And she asked her daughter if anybody been touching her or whatnot, and she said her daddy's been doing it. So that's how she ended up finding out. So when she took her kids to the hospital, she said, let me get my 2-year-old checked out, and she found out that her 2-year-old was SA. I gotta say it because I gotta say SA for YouTube purposes, but she was SA'd as well. And I believe her. I don't believe the woman is lying. I don't believe the woman is capping. You know, some people were saying it's cap. No one wants to come to their YouTube channel that just got through talking about for a whole year straight of how to land a high value man and come in and say what her husband did to their kids. No one, I don't believe, will cap that much. So I believe it's true. But right now, you know, you have to let things play out, however it's going to happen, right? With the police and all that stuff. You know, my heart goes out to her, Isis, goes out to those poor kids. I believe her. I don't believe she's lying about this. I believe it's the truth. And I know women have lied on men before with the most egregious things. There are situations where women have lied on men and accused them of essaying them or kids or something like that. And it's not the truth. But in this situation, I don't think that's what it was. I believe her what she's saying. I believe her. And I feel that, and I know, I mean, everybody's been commenting about it. This is a cautionary tale. This is a cautionary tale. And I want to take away from being talking about the high value man part, about saying, hey, look, see what happened you get with a high value man. No, I don't want to, because that can happen to a man that's middle class. I mean, a woman that's, her husband's a middle class man or a poor man or whatever. It happens in our community. It happens. You got a throwed off uncle that people know. Hey, you know, don't let him get too close to your kids. You know, he done, you know, mess with some. You know what I'm saying? He done messed with some kids before. We won't report him to the police. You just keep your kids away from them. Don't let them go spend a night over such and such house because they heard that the brother or the cousin, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like it, you know, so I'm taking away from him being a high value man. And normally you don't think that this would happen for a man to do this to his own kids, but it happens. It happens. And it's not just our community, it's in other races of people that it happens to, you know. But she knows, she just replaying everything she's going through, what she's been through. She wouldn't expected that. People saying she should have been noticed that was going on. Y'all, I know I changed my son many times when he was newborns, 1, 2, 3. My son is 12 years old. I still check and make sure he ain't, you know, nobody's doing it. You know what I mean? You just never know. You never know. And people say people say she should have been found out. She should have been checked. And sometimes people don't, you don't think about stuff like that, you know? And she said it happened, the situation happened 6 months ago when she found out. So you don't know when was he doing this previously? He could have just started. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? We don't know. But my heart goes out to her. Ladies, please get to know someone. Get to know someone before you marry them. Please. I know you might you want a man, but please really get to know, really vet a man before you get married. And that's something that, how do you screen that a man's gonna do that to if you have kids to his own kids? But there's no way she could have possibly known that. But I really believe that she would have. And I've also heard that she seen signs of things while she was married to, before she had kids with him. I'm not going to speak on that. Because I've heard rumors. I haven't heard out of her mouth personally. I think maybe she has a members only channel, and I think she kind of maybe told a little bit more of the story. But I'm not a member of her YouTube channel. If y'all do know, when you follow someone on YouTube, they normally have a members channel where they put certain videos that if you're a member, you can listen to, and it's not for the public YouTube. I have a members only, but I haven't created content like that where I can say, okay, I'm gonna give you a video that's strictly for members only. I should do that. And people are a little bit more graphic about that, you know, they versus the public video that you post on YouTube. But anyway, they said that she said that she's seen some signs, and I believe and let me say this, y'all. Let me say this, ladies, because this video is for the ladies. Before I say that, let me go back to one thing with also that was sad. She was a product of rape. I hate to say grape. I'm gonna say grape. She was a product of grape. Then she said that when she was younger, she was messed with by a neighbor husband. So let's just say her mother probably wanted to babysit her, whether she had to go to work, whatever she had to do. She let a neighbor babysit her, and the neighbor's husband was molesting her. And these are things also that we need to, ladies, you got to be like, and this is why I try to get on the fathers too. Men, I know sometimes you get mad at your baby mama, you get mad at your kid's mother, and they want you to watch your kids, get your kids for them, and they got to go do this and do that, and you get mad. Man, this ain't my time. I get them every other weekend. That's your weekend. Stop doing that, because you don't know the situation of what she's trying to do, and you want him to get your kids, and that put your kids, and she got to just find anybody sometimes to babysit the kids, and you don't know, it's not the people that babysits them, it's people who comes over to the house. It could be a cousin, an uncle, a brother of the son of the lady who's watching them. You know what I'm saying? It could be the husband or a nephew or whoever, a friend that comes over. You never know. Fellas, I'm getting on you right now. Get your kids. Stop questioning your baby mama, your woman about, that's not my time to get my kids. Stop doing that, because your kids are being put in situations that you have no clue about, because you're being selfish, don't want to get your kids because it's not on a certain time. If it had it my way, I would say, man, try to stay with your kids. I hate to talk like that, but you never know, especially if you got daughters. Man, you got to be more in tune with your kids, man. You got to be more in tune with your daughters, especially when you got a daughter. Women, ladies, I got love for y'all, ladies. I swear I do. You know what I'm saying? But ladies, y'all got to, ladies, y'all can't, and I know y'all be needing help. And this is why I tell my fellas, you got to step up more. If you got kids, you got to step up more and help that woman. No matter if you can't stand her or not, you got to help that woman to raise your kids, because you never know the situation your kids are in. You know, straight up. But so it's crazy to me that she was a product of grape. When she was a kid, she got molested by a neighbor's husband. Then now her kids have got molested. You know what I'm saying? It's a cycle. It's almost like a generational curse, what they say. And my heart goes out to her. But I really want this to be a teaching lesson to men, stepping up for your kids. Ladies, vetting men more. In this situation, you can't vet almost to see if a man's will do this to their own kids, because normally a man will not do that. A right man. But ladies, you got to get to know men before you bring them into your life, before you bring them around your kids. Don't be so desperate to have to find a man, because you will get, and you will get what you looking for. You keep wanting to have a man so bad, you're going to get a man so bad. Get it? You're going to get a man so bad because you want a man so bad. Please take your time. Get to know this brother. Do background checks. Anybody you talk to, do a background check. I know ladies who done a background check on a man, didn't do a background check on a man. Brother got domestic violence against women, essay against children, but you with him not even knowing because you didn't do a background check. Do background checks before you get with a man. Ask God, what's your first name and last name, your government name. If a man don't want to tell you his name, run. Because what are you doing that you can't tell me your name? Don't give me your street name, give me your real name. And I'm not talking about high value, because everybody talk about, well, this is what you get. You try to get a high value man. Let me tell you something. Molesters come in any classification. Any classification. Rich, middleman, poor, wealthy, whatever. That could come in any classification. My prayers go out to the woman, to ISIS. Prayers for those kids. Prayers for anybody that's been a victim. And if you was a victim, prayers to you. If you're watching this channel, you are worthy. You can overcome. You strong. That happened to you, but don't become a victim. Don't be greater than that. I know it's hard. If you got to get some help, get some counseling, get some therapy, do what you got to do. You'll never forget it, but you will be able to cope and be able to move forward as much as possible. We got to protect these kids. We got to do that, y'all. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe. One love. I'm out.